Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Laura with Stitchin with Laura. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody is having a great Friday. Yay, we are to Friday. I forgot to take off my I have this little, what do you call it, fleece type jacket that I wear in the house. Just keeps me nice and warm. Today we are going to be working on, this is called Phoenix as well, or just Phoenix, and it is by Joy Autumn, and I got it from Amazon. I had to think a minute. And it's an 11 count 60 by 60, and it is silk. And somebody asked me if I would show the silk thread one and how and why I like or I don't like it. We're going to see. It has beautiful colors. It has very beautiful colors. Yeah, I tried to get them all laid out, but they're just being a pain today. But you can see the colors. Just gorgeous. Just absolutely gorgeous and shiny. Lots of reds and golds, and there's some darker colors. I believe there's, I think it's black. I'm not real sure. Let me look here. Number 3. So there is even extra, because this 3 is the whole background. No, it's not stitched on black Ada, unfortunately. Well, this would be the only time I'd say unfortunately. Okay, now I got to get it back into the bag. And if you start on silk, make sure that you put some, if your hands are kind of rough in any spots, put some hand lotion on. Yeah, because this stuff is unbelievable. So I pulled the color that I'm going to use, and it's a big, long strand. So I'm going to cut it in half. And before I let go of this, I want to show you something. The ends, and I don't know what I did with it, but I do have, what do you call it, thread magic. It's here somewhere, buried as usual, but it starts to come undone-ish, if you will, and separate into, there's 6 strands of it. And we'll see how this goes. It's kind of, and that's why I have thread magic, and I would suggest some thread magic, but, you know, I couldn't be smart enough to remember to get that. Or beeswax, if you have beeswax. But I just hang on to it all, and separate it. We'll just drop that over there. Then I take the end that's really coming apart, and I'm going to cut it so that it's even. It's the only way I can deal with this stuff. And I put a knot in the end. That way, some part of it is at least together. And it came with like 6 needles because it has a little kit. I put it back in there. And I gotta straighten this out. And get, and a needle threader, and 3, like there's 4 needles in a bag with a seam ripper. And we'll see how this lays down. I had 2 kits. One was yin and yang, and the other one was the birds and the plum trees. Now yin and yang, the thread was horrible. It wouldn't lay down when I stitched it. Okay, so get everything all straightened out here. But the one with the birds and the plum trees, I think it's what it was called, it laid down fine. But I was having a problem. I'd have to keep attention on it. Now this is pretty stiff fabric, as you can see. And so I'm using 3 strands since it's, what do you call it? Since it's 11 count, is where I was going with that, sorry. But it doesn't. So we'll see if this works any better. It's not too bad. Now this pattern did come in cotton as well. Okay, this was $35, and it's probably, we'll just run a tape measure for an approximation. It's like 19 inches square. I'm about to knock everything off of my thing. So you had your choice. So for $30, you could get it in cotton, but if you wanted it in silk, it was $35. So that wasn't too bad of a price, so I don't feel like I've lost too much. You have to keep lining up your thread. Now, some people I know can work with, oh, I don't know what. Gary and Vanna were talking about it. And it's a, I don't know how to explain it. I saw another lady using one, and she had it where this thing fits on her. It's like rounded, so you put it here, and it's got a long pokey thing. What is that called? Oh, I can't think. You know what I'm talking about. It's a thing that you get threads to lay down. And you use it. She used it on her stitch finger, so that when she came across here, and she got to here, she'd use that thing to straighten out the thread. I thought that was quite different. I've never seen one like that. Now, Gary and Vanna had one that looked like a metal, if you will, a metal crochet hook. So, yeah. But you kind of have to keep a tension on it. Now, some of the silk threads that I've gotten, it'll bounce back once you pull it, you know, through from the other side. And so you have to keep a tension on it while you're stitching. This isn't doing that. So that's a good thing for a change. So far, so good. I'm just not real fond of working with this silk thread, if you will. And somebody said it's rayon. Now, all the instructions are in Chinese. I don't know. I was looking to see, particularly if it said, you know, it was this or that, you know, like 50% rayon or whatever. It might say it in the, oh, what do you call it? The description box at Amazon, you know. I didn't look. I wasn't paying attention. But somebody told me it's not actually silk. So that's why I've been kind of eager to try MPI or a Veriswa on Counted. See it how it poofed up a little? So you kind of got to get a handle on it. And sometimes I'll use a shorter strand of this. It seems to help keep control of it, if you will. But this seems to be laying down, so we'll give it a shot. And I'll have to look for my thread magic, but you just run the threads. It makes them less staticky, if you will. Let me get rid of this. So, I don't know. I mean, that's up to you. Whoops, gotta go this way. Because I know it's really dry here in Colorado. So, we'll see. Well, I talked to my son, and he's supposed to be coming tomorrow, so we'll see how that all ends out. May have to do my video real early. He's supposed to be here by 9. So, yay. We'll see what kind of luck we got. Your pattern is basically in the middle on this. And then wherever it's yellow, that bright yellow, that's black. All of that is black. So this might be another one that I just do the center part. You know what I mean? The actual. But see how it inches up? And then I can't get a hold of this stupid thread. Or it bounces back. Let me see if I can bring you in any closer. Whoops. Then I hit the wrong thing. But it kind of poofs up. So you really got to keep a decent tension on it. I don't know, maybe it's just me. I don't know. I am not fond of this at all. This has 23 colors, isn't that what I said? Nope, 24, sorry. So every once in a while you got to adjust the thread because it slides up and down. It's just slickery, if that's a word. We're making up words again. Sorry, guys. It'll be beautiful. It'll be gorgeous if you can put up with the thread long enough to get it done. And like I said, the pattern's not too involved. And it's not that big. I think it was 60 by 60 centimeters, that is. Sorry. Is that what that said? Yeah. It's 217 by 217. It's supposed to be full coverage, but, you know, you'd be a saint by the time you got done. For putting up with that thread for all the background. I don't know. It's just me. I don't have too much patience like that. It's just different. I don't know. Oh, come on. Everybody lay down. You see what I mean? So this might be a short video. It depends. And this might end up in a corner somewhere. No, I'm just kidding. We'll see. And after you've done this for a while, you know, maybe it'd get better. I don't know. Maybe I just didn't give it a chance. See, the deal with yin and yang was it only had 10 colors. That was a given. I just walked out the door and went and bought 10 skeins of thread to replace the crazy stuff we have here. And it doesn't much want to tie in too much of a knot. I am not an expert here, so this is just my opinion on how this looks and goes and everything else. So but like I started to say, after you've done this for a while and then you go back to counted cross stitch on regular, I'll call it regular Aida, and with cotton threads, you got to loosen up your thread tension because you're used to pulling this tight. It won't break. No, trust me, it won't break. So, fun times. Well, I got to go to work today. Yay. Oh, ever and beyond. I work 10 to 6 today. We'll see if we can handle that. It got real cold last night. It didn't snow anymore. So thank goodness. It was just kind of windy yesterday. I only went out once. I had to run an errand for my daughter. My granddaughter's school called and said she was not feeling, her stomach was hurting, and they took her temperature, and she had a temperature of 100 degrees. So it wasn't too big of a temperature. My daughter got her home, and she was fine, basically. I think she just had about a diarrhea and freaked her out. And so she's home, my granddaughter that is, now until Monday. Because you have to be, what do you call it? Okay, now we're getting down to the short rows. You have to be, what do you call it? Temperature free, so to speak, for like 48 hours during COVID. So, okay, so we're getting down to the short rows, and it starts to get real frayy. Did I get it through? Okay, now I'm going to flip it over, and we're going to try, see what I mean? See? Let me back out. Sorry, my bad. It just starts losing it. It starts breaking down. I am not the delicate type. That's why I'll never do silk embroidery. Believe me, no. So, I'm just gonna do the loop knot thing and get rid of this thread. And when you cut it, little tiny fibers go everywhere. Whoop. But you see how it's, if I can get one, it just starts breaking down. That's why I use a shorter piece, if you will, because that way it doesn't quite do that. You have to change your, what do you call it, thread a lot more often. But yeah, it's a piece of work. Let's see if we can get us another piece. Yeah, I wish I knew what I did with that stupid stuff. It was on this desk. It's here somewhere. If I must work on this, then I'm going to have to get some thread magic. It takes all the static out. It's like a little pot of, well, it's softer than, it's real soft, waxy stuff. It's kind of like lip balm, if you will. I don't know how else to explain it. Stupid knot won't stay in there. It just bounces back. You just got to give it a tug. And even then, that don't work. Cut my free end off. So, well, at least you can say I've worked on this thing. It's not my favorite, but it's pretty color. Nice and shiny. I like the concept. I'm not real happy with putting it into working with it. But did you see how that bounced up? And when I'm trying to get the next stitch, I just give it a tug before I pull this one down, because it inches up and down, especially when you first start. So, and I haven't seen too many people working with this stuff. You know, people that buy even the pre-stamped don't work with it. So, who knows? But I've come through some different adversities this last year, so maybe I can tackle this. I don't know. Since it isn't such a big pattern, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Hey, I still haven't even finished yin and yang, so. But it seems to be doing okay. It's not too bad. I have had worse. But I'm glad it's an 11 count. One of my other ones, I think, is a 14 count. So that might have been a reason why the thread laid down better. I don't know. I just, I haven't looked it up. It's been a while. I think I got it in 2019 when I bought Yin and Yang. Just because I like that pattern. I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to try to bring you down again and then move. But it poofs up, so you have to keep adjusting it. I don't know if I'm not holding it right or keeping it tight long enough. Oh, here we go. Didn't pull it long enough. I'm trying to find the red that I'm supposed to be stitching here. So if you're not into messing with your thread like the entire time, I wouldn't suggest buying one of these. I don't know, I kind of feel like I have to stitch fast before that thing pops up. I don't know, it's different. See, I just barely in it. So if I can keep it down here, I forgot what those things are called. God, they use them all the time. Like a laying tool. That's it. Jeez Louise. Whew. I'm telling you, I had to dig for that one. I had to think about what it actually did, but it lays the thread out better. I don't know how they work with Kreinik and everything else on those ones that, I don't know. Some people like that. You know, the challenge of all those different stitches and different threads. Yeah, they're beautiful, but can I just stick with cotton, please? I'm spoiled. And the reason I got one in the first place was that I wanted to try something different. Well, yeah, whatever. Okay, we got over and past all that. So, back it out a little bit. There we go. Sorry. So, yay. But, I mean, granted, it'll be a gorgeous piece if it's all done in silk. Can you imagine that other phoenix all done in silk? and all that shininess. I don't have that kind of patience. Nope, nope, nope. And I think I'm going to have to end that thread right there. So we got that much done. Let me see if I can brighten you up a little bit. Come on. But those laid down okay. You know, I mean, I had to somewhat fight it. I mean, I have fought it worse on yin and yang. It was like you'd put in one stitch, and by the time you got the next stitch in, the other one had popped up. It's like popping diamonds on a what do you call it? Diamond painting. So, we'll see. I just kind of weave it back and forth a little bit because you're not going to get a knot in it. To stay. There we go. Try to lay it down. But now you got this short piece. We'll see. We'll see if I can use just that. I've got some little 2 and 3 stitches over here. We'll see. We'll see. But this fabric is really stiff. So you either love or you hate this stuff. So, I mean, I've had people that are subscribed to my channel and they really like it, you know. So, I mean, I guess it's all in. See, I have a rough spot. I'm trying to get that back out. On my thumb there, and got it in the way. Seriously. Ah, crap. Just crap. Oh, it's like I thought I lost my needle. I went looking for my threader. Come on. Now, in my brain, I don't think that the silk threads from, say, a Vera Soie or Soie d'Agé are like this. I think the fact that it's so, what do you call it? Staticky is because of the rayon, nylon. You know, it's like we'll call it synthetic. Somebody called it a synthetic silk. Does that make sense? I don't know. It's not my happy place, okay? So, yeah. Yep. Just proceeds to irritate. Hang on. Irritate me. So, I think that's about all we're going to get done today, guys. It goes a little bit slower. I mean, only because you got to keep pulling it. But it laid down and it stayed there. So, I'm happy with that part. I'm just, you know, it's like, how much of a fight do you need today? This is supposed to be fun, you know? So. Alright, guys. Well, I think that's going to be it for today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and please hit the bell. And that way you will know when my next video comes out. Stay safe, stay healthy, wash your hands. God bless, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye. Keep stitching.